K-pop idols spend a lot of time on stage, whether it's music shows, concerts, or festivals. Unfortunately, sometimes these stages aren't built safely and the idols end up falling off them, ending up hurting themselves in the process. The first incident we will discuss is DIA's Hyun falling off stage while she was performing. Back in 2016, DIA performed their hit song Mr. Potter at the Blue Star concert. About 30 seconds into their performance, Hyun is seen falling off the stage as she did not see the gap behind her. Watching the incident was very scary in itself, and it also worried the members, who rushed to her in obvious concern once they noticed what had happened. Hyun is caught on camera holding her back in pain as a staff member helps her off stage. However, to everyone's surprise, Hyun doesn't actually take the time to rest and recover as she rushes back on stage and joins the members as if nothing had happened. As soon as the performance finished, she was rushed to the hospital, with the agency assuring fans that the injury she had suffered was minor. She had even posted pictures with her leg in a cast on the group's official Twitter account, apologizing to fans for making them worry and promising to meet them soon. Considering that the distance she fell from was about 2 meters high, it's a miracle that she could get back to performing a few seconds later. We're just thankful that she didn't hurt herself more. Girls' Generation's Taeyeon suffered a similar accident herself. The group's subunit, TTS, performed at the Seoul Music Awards back in 2015. However, her incident didn't happen when she was performing, but after their performance of Holler ended. The stage went completely black as the girls said goodbye to the audience and got ready to leave. While the darkness managed to make it hard for the members to see where they were going, it certainly didn't help that the lift built below the stage completely collapsed. Due to the fact that they couldn't see anything, Sohyun ended up slipping and injured her ankle, while Taeyeon fell through the gap on stage that was about 2 meters high. She managed to stand up with the help of the other members and dancers, but had to be sent to the hospital. It was reported that she had pulled her muscle but didn't sustain any serious injuries. The award show ended up apologizing to her and the other members, explaining that it had happened because of miscommunication between the stage team staff. But what good are apologies, especially when it puts the safety of the idols in danger? Although the incident involving Sohyun and Taeyeon didn't result in serious injuries for the idols, Jun K from 2PM wasn't as fortunate. His fall ended up causing much more significant harm and hurt him considerably. In 2017, on the third day of their 6 nights concerts, Jun K fell from the stage and was rushed to the hospital immediately. What happened was that during the concert, he reportedly stood between 2 moving platforms when things went wrong. Fans who were present at the show mentioned a problem with the staff's signals, causing Jun K to move towards the center despite the stages moving. As the gap widened between the platforms, he lost his balance and fell headfirst to the ground from a height of 3 meters. The incident happened right before the group was set to perform their popular song Hands Up, but once everyone became aware of what happened, the concert was stopped immediately and fans were assured they'd receive a refund. Based on JYP Entertainment's statement, he had fractured his right elbow and 4th finger in his right hand, as well as spraining his shoulder. We're thankful he didn't get hurt more, because falling from 3 meters sounds absolutely terrifying. The accident that Dalshabet's Subin suffered on stage could have also been fatal if things had gone wrong. The incident happened in 2011 when the group was performing at the Bugok Hawaii Summer Festival. During their performance of the song Bling Bling, Subin accidentally fell through the stage as her foot got stuck in a gap. The fall completely shocked the other members and the people in the audience, and Subin was immediately rushed to the hospital. The agency informed fans that she was treated immediately after the fall and given painkillers, and told them that she wasn't hurt badly. However, it was later found out that when she fell, her face hit a metal pyrotechnic spot, cutting open her lips and mouth. She had to get 8 stitches on her face because of this. One of the most terrible incidents to have happened in recent years is Red Velvet's Wendy's fall in 2019. While practicing for the 2019 SBS Gayo Daejeon, Wendy fell off a raised stage, which caused her to get serious injuries. According to a staff field member, Wendy did her first rehearsal at 11 a.m. on December 25th on the main stage. During the rehearsal, as part of the script, Wendy was supposed to move from the 2nd floor tunnel down the stairs while singing. However, the stairs weren't set up at that time, causing her to lose her balance and fall off the stage from a height of 2.5 meters. To make things worse for her, the staff member shared that the 2nd floor tunnel had been dark and cramped and there was no visible marking, which had caused her to fall. The worst part of it all was that once the incident happened, the show wasn't cancelled to ensure the safety of the other idols who could have easily suffered the same fate. The staff member said, "The news of the incident had spread and the groups were all performing with heightened anxiety." Wendy was immediately rushed to the hospital as she had suffered a number of injuries, including a broken pelvis and wrist, a cracked cheekbone, and bruises all over her body. If that wasn't bad enough, the hospital staff reportedly said that her swelling was so bad that they couldn't make a proper and accurate diagnosis. SBS ended up apologizing to her publicly and promised to conduct a thorough investigation so they could get to the root of the problem. Fortunately, Wendy got back to performing after she went on hiatus for 9 months and made a full recovery story, but the fact that SBS didn't take the proper measures to ensure her safety is just appalling. Not only that, but the fact that they didn't stop the show to prevent a similar incident offers grounds for several lawsuits. SM Entertainment shouldn't have held back and taken legal action against them because it's terrifying to think that the incident could have been fatal. SBS faced backlash once again in 2023 due to an incident involving another SM Entertainment idol. Now, it was NCT's 10 who fell victim to their incompetence. This year's SBS Gayo Daejeon was held on Christmas Day, and there were complaints before the show had even started. K-pop fans heavily criticized it for several issues like ticket fraud, sound mishaps, LED problems, and issues with cameras. But these couldn't even compare to what happened to 10. Right before he was supposed to have his solo, he was meant to reach the center of the octagon stage by either jumping over a lift or using a nearby walkway. Unfortunately, due to the dark arena, he misstepped and fell into the lift pit because he couldn't see the hole. The incident was caught on camera by fans, and it was very shocking to see it happen, so we can't imagine how 10 must have been feeling. Despite this, he managed to leave the area and return to the stage to continue his performance. However, the camera footage of the incident looked concerning, and even though 10 was professional about it, it really didn't undermine the severity of the incident. After the show, 10 reassured fans on Bubble that he was okay and told them not to worry, but many blamed SBS for the incident, citing a lack of proper safety measures. They suggested that the walkway and stage design should have met safety standards and recommended using warning LED lights or reflective tape to mark the pathways for artists to navigate safely. This was the exact thing that happened to Wendy, and instead of doing some extra work so people can stop falling at their award shows, SBS seems set on not wanting to learn their lesson. So it's no surprise that fans were outraged about the situation. Unfortunately, these incidents aren't recent and date back to almost 20 years. Back in 2006, Shinhwa had their state-of-the-art concert in Busan. While performing his solo song To You, Dongwon walked out onto the T-shaped section of the main stage, and because of the poor lighting, he couldn't see where the stage ended. He fell off the edge and was quickly taken to a nearby hospital, while the other members had no other choice but to continue performing the rest of the songs. You'd think that his dislocated shoulder and the sprains would be enough for him to take a rest, but Dongwon didn't see it that way. Even though the staff and the members heavily advised him against it, Dongwon eventually went back on stage with only a sling over his shoulder to protect him from being injured further. According to Dongwon, since it had been a while since they performed in Korea, he felt sorry for the fans about what happened, so he felt like it was his duty to perform until the end. The management team also assured fans that even though Dongwon had been very persistent about wanting to go on and perform, he would be taken to the hospital for proper treatment and diagnosis. About half of the incidents that we mentioned here are because of the poor lighting and staff not properly marking the ground, so it's really important that the people in charge especially take care of these things. Nobody would want accidents like this to ever happen again, so they should at least make sure of that. What do you think about these incidents, and how do you feel about the safety measures? Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you next time.